The human mind is a fragile empire built on trust, perception, and vulnerability. Right now, as you watch this screen, someone close to you might be silently pulling the strings of your choices, your emotions, and your entire reality. You wake up every day believing you are in complete control of your destiny, your relationships, and your career. But what if you are just a puppet, acting out a script written by someone else? Manipulation in its darkest form is not loud, aggressive, or obvious. It does not come with physical threats or angry confrontations. Instead, it is silent, invisible, slow, and incredibly patient. Dark psychology operates in the background of everyday conversations, hiding behind warm smiles, fake empathy, and shifting words. Welcome to the Mind Master. Today, we break the illusion and look directly into the darkness. We decode the 7 profound signs that someone is secretly manipulating you from the shadows. Watch until the very end because your psychological freedom, your self-esteem, and your sanity depend on what you are about to discover. Sign number 1. Gaslighting and the systematic destruction of your reality. This is the ultimate weapon in the manipulator's arsenal, and its primary goal is total psychological destabilization. Covert manipulators do not just lie to you to cover up a mistake. They rewrite history to make you doubt your own existence. When a toxic person wants to gain absolute control over your life, they begin by attacking your sanity. They will flatly deny things they said, twist past events that you witnessed with your own eyes, and boldly claim that your version of reality is completely fabricated or a product of your imagination. They use subtle, exhausting phrases like "you are misremembering things that never happened," "you are being completely paranoid," or "you are reacting emotionally to something minor." Over time, this constant erosion of truth does something terrifying to the human brain. You stop trusting your own 5 senses. You begin to question your memory, your judgment, your intellect, and your logic. You start looking to the manipulator to tell you what actually happened, effectively giving them complete control over your mind. If you often find yourself pausing in a room, feeling confused, and thinking, "Am I losing my mind?" let this be your definitive wake-up call. You are not losing your sanity. You are slowly losing your independence to someone who wants to become your only source of absolute truth. Sign number 2. Love bombing followed by sudden emotional withdrawal. This is a cruel, highly calculated cycle designed to create absolute emotional dependency through intermittent reinforcement. In the beginning stages of your connection, the manipulator does not show their dark side or their flaws. Instead, they overwhelm you with an intense, suffocating wave of affection, constant compliments, and undivided attention. They text you all day, validate your deepest fears, and make you feel like the center of the universe. They move the relationship forward at lightning speed, making you believe you have found a soulmate. It feels like a beautiful fairy tale, but in reality, it is a psychological trap designed to lower your guards. Once they are certain that you are deeply hooked, emotionally invested, and vulnerable, the trap snaps shut. They suddenly, and without any logical explanation, withdraw all their warmth. They become cold, distant, critical, and silent. This sudden shift triggers a massive panic response in your brain, mimicking physical withdrawal from a highly addictive substance. You begin desperately chasing after them, apologizing for things you did not do, and begging for the approval and love they gave you so freely on day one. They have successfully created a powerful addiction, and they have positioned themselves as the only drug that can cure your emotional pain. Sign number 3. Playing the victim to weaponize your empathy. True manipulators never, under any circumstances, take responsibility for their bad actions, their toxic behavior, or their mistakes. They possess an uncanny ability to commit a terrible error, hurt your feelings, and then twist the narrative so perfectly that by the end of the conversation, you are the one crying and apologizing to them. They transform their own flaws, anger, and malice into a sad story of personal suffering. If they cheat on you, they will claim it is because you drove them to it by being emotionally distant. If they scream at you, they will claim it is because your behavior provoked their anxiety. They weaponize their perceived weakness to dominate your genuine strength. They exploit your empathy, turning your natural kindness, patience, and love into a tool for your own submission. They make you feel that bringing up your own hurt feelings is an act of cruelty against them. If your life has become a constant, exhausting cycle of feeling guilty, walking on eggshells, and saying sorry for problems you did not cause, you are no longer living your own life. You are trapped playing a defensive, painful role in their carefully crafted script. Sign number 4. Guilt tripping and the criminalization of personal boundaries. A healthy human relationship requires clear boundaries to survive, but to a covert manipulator, your boundaries look like personal insults, rejections, or acts of war. The moment you stand up for yourself, protect your time, or say the simple word no, they launch a quiet, passive-aggressive counterattack. They will immediately remind you of everything they have ever done for you in the past, bringing up favors, financial help, sacrifices, or gifts from months or years ago. They do not perform nice actions out of genuine kindness or love. They trade favors like currency, keeping a hidden psychological ledger and expecting absolute obedience and lifetime emotional debts in return. They use devastating phrases like, "After everything I have sacrificed for you, this is how you treat me," or "I guess I just do not matter to you at all." This intense psychological pressure forces you to compromise your own comfort, values, and time just to keep the peace and avoid their anger. Your natural sense of guilt and responsibility becomes their ultimate, most reliable source of daily power over you. Sign number 5. Induced isolation and the removal of your support network. To control a target completely, a manipulator must first cut their strings from the rest of the world. They know that if you have strong, intelligent friends, supportive family members, or professional mentors, those people will quickly point out the toxic nature of the situation. Therefore, the manipulator begins a slow, quiet, and strategic campaign of isolation. They will not tell you directly to stop talking to your friends. Instead, they will subtly criticize the people you care about, drop tiny seeds of doubt about their loyalty, or create intense emotional drama right before you're supposed to go out and see them. They want to make interacting with your loved ones so exhausting, stressful, and dramatic that you eventually just stop trying to maintain those external relationships to avoid a fight at home. They slowly wrap you in a psychological bubble where they are your only advisor, your only comfort, your only source of validation, and your only judge. Once you are fully isolated in the dark, without any external reality check, you become entirely defenseless and dependent on their version of the world. Sign number 6. Moving the goalposts so you can never win. In the psychological game of a dark manipulator, you can never actually cross the finish line because the finish line does not exist. The moment you achieve exactly what they asked for, the moment you change your clothes, your job, your behavior, or your habits to please them, they instantly change the rules of the game. They set a higher, more impossible standard, and they look down on you for not meeting it yet. If you confront them about this unfair change, they will deny it and tell you that your efforts are simply not good enough, or that you misunderstood their expectations from the beginning. This is a deliberate, exhausting tactic designed to keep you in a perpetual state of inadequacy, anxiety, and self-doubt. By keeping securities, your intelligence, your professional dreams, your appearance, or your background. But the moment they see you react with genuine hurt, sadness, or anger, they immediately retreat behind a shield of fake innocence. They will laugh, roll their eyes, and say phrases like, "I was just joking," "Why are you always so incredibly sensitive?" or "You seriously cannot take a joke." This is a highly calculated psychological strike against your core identity. It allows them to inject poison into your self-esteem while simultaneously making you feel like the defective, weak, or dramatic person for being hurt by their cruelty. The first and most important step to psychological freedom is awareness. Once you see the manipulation for what it truly is, the spell is broken and their power disappears. Protect your mind. Cut the invisible strings. Subscribe to the Mind Master. Leave a comment with your thoughts below to join our community of awareness and never let anyone else control your reality again.